And Ronnie is also going to show us some really exciting stuff related to the AI widget builder.
Hi, Ty. How are you? Thank you. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. We've worked on this quite a lot, and it is exciting. So AI for the widget builder. So if you're not familiar with the widget builder itself is not a really new feature, but we've added some really nice enhancements to it. So if you're not familiar with the widget builder, the widget builder allows you to build your own widgets and put them in the left panel. If you're familiar with the HTML widget, imagine something much more powerful. It's a full development platform. You can write JavaScript, CSS, HTML. You can put it in your left panel and reuse it across all your sites. The cool thing about it, you can configure design and content tabs and put in dynamic content and design. So it's a really powerful feature. It comes in with a versioning mechanism and management, so you can really control what you're doing. We've seen it used quite a lot over the past few years. We've seen customers use it to build very specific widgets with a specific design. So if you don't like our list widget and you want something for yourself, you can build something really custom. We've also seen a lot of integrations to all kinds of external services, weather, stocks, and all kinds of vendors and providers. And we've seen a lot of much deeper integration into data. So working with our JavaScript API to pull data from collections, from stores, from content library, building filters and building all sorts of dynamic views on top of data. So we've seen quite a lot of different use cases. But to be honest, the widget builder has quite of a learning curve. First of all, you need to learn how to code. Then you need to learn a little bit about the Duda documentation, how to style widgets correctly, how to use the API. So there is some learning to do. But now with the era of AI, it became so easier. So what we've done is we've trained our own specialized coding AI agent to build widgets for you. So basically, with a very simple prompt, you can build very strong and rich widgets you can publish and use without even writing a single line of code. The nice thing about it is it's not like a generic AI coding tool. It's really specialized on the Duda ecosystem and platform, so it already knows all of the Duda documentations and internals. So it's really made for that, and it does a really nice work. And even if you're already familiar with the widget builder and you already build a handful of widgets, it will be a huge time saver. So I'm going to stop with the slides and just jump right in for the demo. So the widget builder can be found under custom assets. So here is my widget dashboard. I can see all of my widgets, their status, their versions, and even some stats about installations. And when I click on build a new widget, I have this new option that came a few hours ago to beta, build with AI. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to give my widget a name. I'm going to start building. And when I go into the widget builder editor, I have this new chat coming up. I'm going to close it for a minute just to go over the tool for those who don't know it. So here I write my HTML code. It's not really HTML. It's handlebars or mustache. It's kind of like a template engine where I can inject variables so I can make my widgets dynamic and not with static content. JavaScript to make my widget interactive, and CSS to make it look nice. And if I also want to design content and design tabs, I can add in inputs like texts and drop downs and all kinds of options. And each one of these inputs has a variable where I can later use in my HTML or JavaScript to create dynamic widgets. And in the design, I can also allow design options like rounded corners and all of the other design options you are already familiar in Duda. But now I'm not going to do anything manually. I'm going to hit the AI assistant, and I'm gonna build something that we don't have yet. So I'm going to choose a video gallery. There is a prompt. I'm going to let it already start thinking. And basically what we're doing is we can feed the AI assistant a prompt. We can also upload an image if we already have some design ready. And what the AI assistant will do is it's going to create a plan on how to build that widget. It's going to analyze the prompt, and based on everything it knows about Duda, it's gonna build a widget for me. So it's gonna outlay the HTML structure, the CSS styling, the JavaScript, content, and design. And the cool thing about it is we've trained it based on what we know as the best practices. So the widgets come out of the box responsive, SEO friendly, accessibility, performance, all of the stuff we've learned over the years. We've trained this AI assistant, so widgets should be fairly functional from day one. So we're going to give it another second or two. And yeah, we got the results. I'm going to close it and see what we have. So nothing in the design yet, but when I click on the HTML, I already see some code generated for me. So I can see we have like a loop over videos. It's a gallery, so I need more than one. There is some divs, a source. This is going to be my video element, a title, date, and no JavaScript yet, CSS. And in the content, this is how variables are going to be set in. So I have this list component, and for each list item, there is a title, a date picker, and a video picker. And let's see how this widget looks. I'm going to hit preview. And yeah, we can see a pretty nice video gallery. When I click on it, I can see that it's hopefully it's functional. I'm going to select a video for the first one. I'm going to set the title, video number 1. Let's make sure the second, all of them work as well. So okay, looks pretty neat. It's pretty functional with the prompt within 3 minutes of work, but maybe I want to make it a bit richer. There are almost no design options. So I'm going to close the preview. I'm going to go back to the widget builder, and I'm going to try to enhance it a bit. So I'm going to ask it, add design options so I can style my title and dates. So now what it's going to do is going to analyze it again. And the AI assistant doesn't only remember like the history of the conversation, it also has the full context of the widget code. So it can learn it and extend it, which also means you can use the AI assistant on existing widgets to make them better, which is really, really cool. So here's the plan it came up with, and it's done. So let's see what it came up with. So now in the design editor, I see two components for text styling. One is targeting the video title. The other one is targeting the video date. These are the same selectors I hope to see in my HTML. So looks like it does a pretty decent job. Let's make sure it's actually working. So now when I click on design, I see these two new design components. When I click on font color, I see the font change. I can make underline. Let's verify the date is working as well. We can change the font family. We can change the color. We can also, of course, choose one of the theme colors. So basically, it did a pretty good job. Let's try one more thing. Let's try to add a button for each video item. Let's say we want every video to link to one of the pages we have to get some more information. So again, it analyzes the prompt. It already knows all the code, and it should know exactly where to put it. But a button is a bit trickier because we want the buttons to look exactly like any other buttons of the site. It shouldn't invent like something very custom. I hope these buttons will look like any other button. And Duda has documentation on how to do it. And this is where the AI is pretty smart. It uses the Duda specific HTML documentation to generate these buttons. So now when I hit preview, I will see a button that is styled as most of the Duda buttons, exactly like the contact us. And if it's even smarter than that, it also added a link picker that for each item, I can link this video to a page. So not a bad job for 5 minutes of work. I think before the AI era, it probably would have taken me a day at least, and I'm pretty handy with the widget builder. So once I'm ready, I can hit publish. And this will be available to all my sites. When I go to general, I can make this widget available to all my team. I can upload an icon, and just to close the loop, I'm going to go to the home page, click on one of the sites, and yeah, I have this widget in my left panel. So yeah, pretty good for 5 minutes and a single prompt. So I think that's it. Back to you, Itai.
Ronnie, this is absolutely amazing. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of people here that are listening into this. Maybe folks that up until today were not that comfortable with code, that can now go ahead and play around with it and start building widgets on Duda.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see what our creative customers will come up with.
Cool. So when is this going to be available?
So the widget builder was available only to our custom plans up until today. Since starting today, a few hours ago, this AI assistant came out of beta. And since it's much more, let's say, accessible to all our customers, we've made this available to agency and white label plan as well. So this is starting from a few hours ago, right now.
Wow, that's getting Christmas early. What exciting news! So thank you, Roni, and I'm sure there's so many other things that you could have shown us that can be built, but we'll let people discover themselves.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Itai.
Yeah.
Pleasure.